Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Daily Dose of Stupid. As always with this series, I'm going to be taking a look at stupid comments that I get from people on the internet, and hopefully we'll be getting a few laughs and less frustration. I can tell you that sifting through the comments for this video already raised my blood pressure a little bit, and there were some things that I just didn't put in because all they would do was make me angry rather than be able to laugh, and that sort of defeats the purpose of this series, at least for me. Anyways, we're gonna start things off. The first comment was on my guide that I made for TCA a little while back, and I actually responded to this one, so this is kind of cheating, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway. And the comment said, "Not to be petty, but a while ago I sent you a guide to GPO. And your instant response was, if you need a guide, the game is bad." It was also, and I responded to this myself, and I said, and somebody didn't watch the video. Yay! What did I say like a minute in? Oh yeah, that's right, that the game was self-explanatory and didn't really need a guide, but I made one because people asked me to anyway? That's what it was. This game has big yellow icons that show you exactly where you need to go in order to level up, which is why I thought that it shouldn't have needed a guide, but I made one anyway with the express purpose of trying to help people who asked me for one. But way to be that guy and try to sound smart, but instead make yourself look like a total dickhead. And then I told them to go back to grinding their 0.1% item in GPO because, But yeah, no, seriously. TCA did not need a tutorial. It did not need a guide. It has one in the game, and it works perfectly fine. There's nothing in that game that isn't relatively self-explanatory or easy to figure out, except for maybe some of the other quests if you haven't played any of the other Roblox JoJo games on the platform or anything like that. So if you were gonna make an argument there, you might have one, but usually those NPCs, if you talk to them, tell you what you need to do in order to start the quest, and then once you start the quest, it tells you what you need to do. So I don't know, man. Sometimes people are they're so busy dick riding their favorite game like GPO that they don't use their brain, I guess. I don't know. I barely knew how to respond to this. This was from my Demon Slayer video. And it says, "I jumped out my seat thinking, Eclipse not playing TCA, YBA, or a Steam game? Then sat my ass down seeing it's a bad game review." Wait, what? So, what exactly are you here on my channel looking for? It's not TCA. Okay, well that's what I've been playing recently. A lot of people don't want to watch that. That's fair enough. It's not YBA. Well, that's weird because the whole channel seems to want me to play that. But if you're not here for TCA or YBA, then all right then. And it's not a Steam game. Were you hoping it would be an EA app game? Perhaps a Epic Games game? Did you want me to play Fortnite? Like, what could you possibly be looking for on this channel that isn't TCA, YBA, or a Steam game? Were you hoping that I would play some terrible, god-awful, Roblox game? Because that's what I did. You got that. And then you were upset because it was a bad game review. I got news for you. There are 0 good games on Roblox. I know that probably hurts your brain a little bit, but if I'm playing a game that's not TCA, YBA, or a Steam game, it's probably gonna be a bad game review. Sorry. I thought we squashed this. I really did. Eclipse try not to hate a game because it isn't YBA challenge, and then a bunch of emojis. Oh, good lord. I think this stemmed from, in the video itself, me saying that if a game manages to have you enjoy it without having watched the source material, then that's a good sign. The funny thing about that is I made a joke in that video where I sighed right before saying YBA, just as I can't believe I'm saying this kind of thing, because I've trashed on YBA time and time again. So people think that I have some sort of just total hate boner for it, and I don't want the game to be good. I do, I just have no faith that it will be, so I've given up on it. But then you've got the flip side of people like this, where they think that I guess I have some sort of obsession with YBA and I think it's the perfect, greatest game on the planet. Buddy, I haven't played the game in like months because I don't think it's fun to play and I don't enjoy playing it. Just because I don't enjoy playing a game doesn't mean that I can't look at good things that it's done and then use those good things to compare it to other games which are worse. Like if you asked me if the Demon Slayer game that I played is worse than YBA, I would tell you yes, in a heartbeat, 100%. The Demon Slayer game is worse than YBA. Now, does that mean that YBA is a perfect paragon of great game design? No, not even close. Literally not even remotely close. But that also doesn't mean that every game that isn't YBA is bad. Like I don't know where this sentiment comes from. I don't know where people get I guess it's because my name is so attached to YBA. There are some people that just aren't involved with the community. Maybe they don't watch my channel that much, so they don't know. I assume, but I try not to hate a game that isn't YBA challenge. Oh boy. This is something that I haven't talked about pretty much at all because I was basically told not to, but I think it's been around for long enough, and I think that the people over at YBA don't really care anymore, or at least don't care as much as they used to. So I can kind of blow the lid off this a little bit. But this person says, I'd really love it if you took a look at YBA New Universe. It has loads of cool abilities from just about everything, with fun gameplay too. Thankfully, Swells XC has my back and said he doesn't play stolen games. Thank you, Swells. Appreciate that. But unfortunately, someone completely different. Just for the record, this person replying is not the same person as the person who initially left the comment. Says, most of Roblox games are stolen. What's your point here? And then says that YBA New Universe is mid anyway. Okay, Chief. First of all, YBA New Universe is a game where the people behind it stole the entire code base, everything that they worked on for YBA, and then took that code and just bastardized it and put their own stuff on top of it. You can't do that. There's a very large difference between taking assets and like stealing code from someone's game versus using the same voice clip or using the same, I don't know, move structure. Like, I don't know what's not going through your head here, but there are basically two types of stealing, right? There's the, I stole this from JoJo and like the anime, and they don't really care and they don't do anything about it. So that would be stealing music, stealing sound effects. Those things are stolen. We've been over this plenty of times before. But because the people behind JoJo don't do anything about it, it's kind of a so be it situation. You know, you can argue the morals either way, but as long as they're not doing anything about it, so be it. Now, when it comes to YBA and YBA New Universe, they just stole the whole code base for someone else's game that they worked on. And this isn't a situation of, I don't really care. No, they care. The people at YBA are not a fan of YBA New Universe stealing their code base. They would much rather them have not stolen their whole code base, and I believe have attempted to take action to take it down, and I don't think it worked, but that is complete conjecture. I don't have any proof on that. But I can tell you that just going in and up and stealing someone's game, not cool. So I will not be playing YBA New Universe under any circumstances. Literally nothing could make me play that game. YBA's staff team could ban me from their game, call me a piece of human garbage who they hate with all of their being, and like wish me 6 feet under, and I still wouldn't even play this game out of spite. That's how seriously I take this stuff. No, just no. So let me just read this. I just want to make a correction. Some, if not most, of JoJo's content, other than literally completely ripping their shit, is pretty allowed. This includes music and voice clips, which require crediting, but do not require payment for usage. Of course, some of this information may be outdated. No, information isn't outdated. This information is just flat out false. It's just wrong. What? Cite your sources, buddy. Have you heard of copyright? What? Are you serious? Oh my god. So, let me just enlighten you really quick. If you take somebody's intellectual property that they created, let's say, for example, I put together a song, yes? I put together a song and I'm making money off of selling records for this song. I have the copyright. And you take my song and you put it in, I don't know, your YouTube video that you're making money off of, right? You're making money off of my song, yes? So if I choose, and you can credit me all you want, but that's mine, I own that. So if I choose to go to YouTube and file a takedown on your video, or correction, not a takedown, a copyright claim for my song that you used and you are making money off of my song in your video and I don't like that, that is legal. And YouTube will comply with that. And the reason YouTube will comply with that is because you're making money off of my property. The same thing goes for voice clips and music for JoJo games. I don't know if you know this. Maybe you don't. And based on your grammar, it sounds like you don't, because you're probably pretty young. But the developers of Roblox JoJo games are making Robux off of their games. And through the DevX exchange program, they're able to exchange their Robux for real money. And then they are making money off of that property. So that means that it is perfectly reasonable and legal for the copyright holders to come in and say, hey, you can't do this, stop using our stuff. You know, or alternatively, worst case scenario, if they find out about this, and they didn't know about it earlier, it would also almost certainly be legal for them to say, hey, take this down, and also, you're taking money from us by using our stuff. So we're gonna basically file for reparations here. Now you need to pay us because you stole our thing and we're using it for money. This stuff is a slippery slope. It is anything but just some, if not most, of JoJo's Cantant is okay to use. No. Legally? No, not at all. I'll just read it. Hey, Eclipse, I think if you play YBA again, you could also do better because the game is a lot better since you last played it. You need to play YBA again. Sorry, I did my face to do the pointless emoji at the end of that. How has YBA changed since the last time I played it? It hasn't changed at all. They haven't updated anything. What is this based off of? The only thing that changed the last time that I played was the Scary Monsters update, which I didn't play, and I had you guys go through and play for me, which thank you, by the way. Still appreciate that. But no, what? Do you pay attention to the patch notes? I don't even play YBA anymore, and I know full well nothing's changed since the last time I played. What do you mean it's better? Literally nothing has happened. It physically cannot be any different than the last time I played. I got nothing. I got nothing. This is funny because I guess this person doesn't read parentheses, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where this came from. But they said, I hope you know that this failure within your channel is because you hyped up your YBA return and then just stopped uploading them. Maybe don't lie next time. So the whole hyping up the YBA return was in service of a joke. If you go and look back, there's some parentheses that I mentioned that say April Fools when I said that there was a lot of YBA stuff coming. And I never lied about returning to YBA because I did. I went back and I played a fair amount, and then I got bored because nothing was changing, and then found things that I enjoyed more and started playing those and uploading those because I actually liked playing them. I had fun. I wasn't having fun with YBA, so the only reason that I would have been uploading videos on it was to make money. Is that what you want? I think it is, but think about how kind of sad that is. You want me to upload YBA videos, not because I'll enjoy making them, but because that's what you want. Okay, I guess I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. If it's not fun for me at all, and I'm bored, then I'm not gonna play. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if there's a YBA update and suddenly they make the game a whole lot more fun, even if they don't, I'll still probably talk about it because I didn't quit. Like, I never said that I was completely done. I made the YBA has changed video, which was effectively soft quitting, but nowhere have I said I quit, I'm done, I'm never going back, or anything to that extent. I'm just not playing because it's not fun. Nothing more than that. This is a comment about End the JoJo game. It says, it sucks seeing Eclipse saying this game has bad combat, but in reality it doesn't. Okay. This game has a very high skill roof. All right. Combos and baiting opponents. It's a lot more skillful than it sounds. I don't know how any of that combos and baiting opponents makes it sound any more skillful than literally any other fighting game on the platform. But we'll go with it. All right, what do you got? Although some stands like Crazy Diamond have infinite combos and are unfun to play against. What? All right, you lost me. It's over. This game has a very high skill roof, except for when you get infinite comboed and die. You can't have a game that takes skill when you can infinite combo. You just buttons on your keyboard and you win. Oh, okay. Every stand, no matter how bad you think it is overpowered in the hands of an experienced player. Right, whatever you say, buddy. Enjoy your infinite combos. I will not be. Speaking of the end video, he should have played Crazy Diamond. It has a move named You're in My Range Now, or something like that. That's, buddy, that's where the joke came from. Buddy, did you watch the video where I insufferably say you're in my range about 350 times? You know, I beat that joke into the ground. I thought maybe you'd have assumed that the joke maybe came from somewhere, and it would be one instance where Dom was playing Crazy Diamond and said you're in my range because that's the name of the move. Right. Okay. And here's our last stupid of the day, so you know it's gonna be good. This guy just gives opinions. I mean, when he called out YBA, that was a W, but it didn't get taken down. So I highly think that the game getting taken down has full proof that it wasn't him at all. This, for the record, is about the notoriety takedown, and it was on my Subnautica video where I was talking about how I might have played a role in taking the game down. For the record, I have no idea if I played a role in taking the game down, but I do think, considering that I had like a over 100,000 view video on the game, that probably played a little bit of a factor, because the entire thing about notoriety being stolen was a conversation years ago that had died down and then I reignited. I'm not trying to give myself credit. I'm not saying I took the game down, but there's a good chance I played a role. I don't know how you could look at basically everything that went on with that and think that I didn't. But regardless, when did I say that YBA should get taken down, other than the times where I've said that it has legal rights to be? There's never, for the record, ever been a point where I went and said YBA is a blatantly one-to-one copy stolen game that should be removed off the platform. Now it is, and you can take that thing out of context and make me sound like a jackass, but I have never said that. So I don't know where you got that from. I assume, like I said, you were talking about the points where I say that it technically has grounds to be taken down, which it does, but I don't think it should be, because morally speaking, I don't think that the entire game is stolen. And as long as the copyright holders don't really do anything about it and don't really care, since the game isn't one-to-one lifted from another game, then I don't really think it matters all that much. But this is just me. I don't really know where this came from, but it is what it is, I suppose. Anyways, that's it for the stupids for today. Like I said, this was a bit of a chore to find the stuff for, but it was fun to go through it, so I guess it was all worth it. And in case you're curious on why it was difficult to go through it, there were a lot of just really mean comments that I just didn't want to put in here because, well, they were just mean. A whole lot of stuff about being happy that my channel was dying and hoping that I end up on the street, stuff like that. Like, it's fucked up. And when I went to go look for comments, I didn't expect some of this really mean-spirited stuff. And so when I saw it, I just shadow banned them from the channel and moved on because I could not constantly look at that stuff over and over again. But I think some of these were good enough, so hopefully that helps. And if you were likely hoping for me to cover some of the really mean stuff, I'm sorry. But this series is supposed to be a little lighthearted and fun, and that would not be it. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Of course, if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe, do all those things. If you didn't, you can not do any of those things, leave a mean comment, send a bomb. Actually, maybe don't leave a mean comment. Those actually, this really hurt. This hurt. Yeah, that's all for today. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time.